Nordoff. Back to the west side of town. Heads up, we did get numerous reports. I know we had some power outages here earlier today. Wilshire Boulevard, lights out through the Westwood area, and you've got some slowing in both directions. Kind of messy. Speaking of both directions, got issues on the 91 in Buena Park affecting both sides. Scott's got the Southern California Toyota dealers 91 Jam Cam.
Well, that signal alert's still active, 91 westbound at Knott, where a couple of the left lanes are the only lanes that are open. So basically everything on the right's blocked. Too big a crash, backup starting before Euclid at this point on that 91 westbound, about Harbor Boulevard, actually. The best alternate's probably La Palma, but Orangethorpe will work for you as well. 91 east at Beach, reports of a crash in the carpool lane there. That's been tough starting about Artesia Boulevard.
We've had flooding all day long in Upland, 10 westbound past Euclid, so you've got some right lanes taken away. Still a jam up back to about Haven, so expect delays. Eastbound, you're fine. Westbound, that's the slow side. Next report coming up, 545 from the ToyotaofGlendora.com Traffic Center. KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Drying out tomorrow, holding the cooler temps, though. Lots of 50s as we hit Thursday, maybe some showers, but nothing major like we saw today, if you even see. That's 5-day forecast, 545. 50 in downtown LA, 48 in Van Nuys, 50 in Fullerton.
It's 5:37. It sounds like a good deal. Amazon opens a warehouse in a neighborhood, bringing jobs and a lot more to the community. But sometimes that involves changes the community doesn't exactly welcome.
Consumer Reports' Kaveh Waddell was part of an investigative team that took a hard look at what happens in communities where Amazon opens a warehouse.
What residents told me is that the first thing they notice is the traffic, the congestion. Trucks and vans, as many as hundreds or even in some cases thousands of new truck and van trips per day coming into the neighborhood. That congestion means danger for kids, bikes in the streets, noise. One thing that surprised me, vibrations from passing trucks can cause structural damage to houses. And then, of course, there's the pollution.
Amazon says it's doing a lot to respond to these types of issues, including going to all-electric delivery vans. Nathan Roberts, KNX News 97.1 FM.
We check in with Consumer Reports at 4:15 each Tuesday afternoon on KNX.
Just released study by TRIP, National Transportation Research Group, says California is responsible for some of the worst trucking bottlenecks in the country. Rocky Moretti, Director of Policy and Research, tells us the supply chain issues go far beyond the ports.
The corridor between Los Angeles and Tucson, and also the corridor between Los Angeles and Sacramento, are ranked 4th and 5th as being the least reliable freight corridors. So significant challenges once you get goods from the port, then distributing them across the country and also within California.
Moretti optimistic investments from the recently passed bipartisan infrastructure bill will help modernize the freight network, help avoid another supply chain disruption like the one we've got now.
Retail robberies aren't the only crimes keeping the LAPD busy. They're also facing numerous attacks targeting individual people.
Why is this occurring here in this city versus other parts of the country?
Los Angeles Police Chief Michael Moore says the city is not only dealing right now with a rash of these smash and grab crimes, but also a disproportionate number of even more brazen crimes.
Last night, an individual opened his door thinking he was receiving a package. Multiple gunmen entered the location. He was shot in the course of this robbery occurred in the San Fernando Valley. He is a social media influencer. This, what we believe, was a targeted attack on him. This follow home.
Chief Moore says his detectives have made numerous arrests investigating similar crimes. Still, they persist. Craig Figner, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva says his department's being defunded. He responded to County Supervisor Janice Hahn, who says Villanueva's claims aren't true.
If Supervisor Hahn's position is that there's a myth here, well, they're perpetuating this myth. And the grim reality is the fact is that we are being defunded, and at the worst time possible in the history of the county.
Says the county's dealing with an unprecedented crime wave, in parts because of a lack of funding.
The House has been debating whether to hold former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows in contempt, and a vote could come today.
He is in contempt of Congress.
Representative Liz Cheney is the vice chair of the January 6th committee investigating the Capitol attack.
January 6th was without precedent. This body must investigate the facts in detail, and we are entitled to ask Mr. Meadows about the non-privileged materials he has produced to us.
If they vote in favor of contempt charges, the case gets referred to the Department of Justice, which will make its own determination. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
Congratulations, Robert Edmond of Norwalk. He's our Timeline winner. Had the right year, 1999. He's going to see Andrea Bocelli next year at the Hollywood Bowl. You can too, because Timeline returns tomorrow at 5:24. Also checking out those bad drives again at 5:45, including an update on an issue on the 5 at the Crush. It's 5:41.
If you're doing something for you, when it's your appearance, how you're trying to feel, how you're trying to look, you got to have a good team doing this because you don't want to mess around. It's time, it's money, and again, it's your appearance. So if you're fixing hair loss, the best team is Advanced Hair Restoration. You want this done the right way. Take care of it once and for all because you've been thinking about it ever since you started losing your hair, so let's just get it fixed. This team, they want what's best for you, and it happens to be them. They're kind, they're compassionate, you're going to like them, and they're the best in town. So simple one-day treatment works for receding hairlines, bald spots, thinning hair. Men, women, different age groups, they've done this 30,000 times, so they know what they're doing. This team, plus the tech that they have, you can't get that combination, and also you just can't get their technology, their system, just anywhere. They've got it at Advanced Hair. So that's why they're able to offer a guarantee that, yeah, if you're a candidate for what they do, then it's going to work. They guarantee it. Your new hair will grow. I've seen what they can do for people. I've seen their standard of care, and you can too. Free consultation, 844-333-HAIR. Get 250 free hair grafts, $250 off. Go and see this team at Advanced Hair Restoration, 844-333-HAIR, advancedhair.com.
It's Jane, and the holidays are all about creating the magic of the season, and the best way is with seriously fun, hands-on projects. Your kids won't believe what they can build and accomplish with KiwiCo. Discovering the mechanics behind everyday objects, learning the science of cooking, exploring new cultures, art, and design techniques. This holiday season, give the gift of a fun, hands-on holiday experience with KiwiCo. Get to kiwico.com/radio to save 50% on your first month. That's kiwico.com/radio.
We've been waiting all year for this holiday season, so let's make it more memorable with more cheer, more helping.
Thanks for your donation.
And more joy on your road trips. We've all been waiting to come together and make this December one to remember. Have a happy and safe holiday season from Lexus. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Retinol and your skin will never be the same. Introducing Advanced Retinol Nightly Renewal Moisturizer from Strivectin. Now with Retinal, one of the most potent forms of retinol. This clinically proven overnight formula visibly improves deep wrinkles, firmness, texture, and pores. All the benefits of retinol without the irritation. It's the Oprah Daily Beauty Award winner. Named the powerful but gentle age fighter. For smooth, radiant, youthful-looking skin, shop now at Strivectin.com. That's Strivectin.com.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation, so it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
You know when you order a new video game, or a golf club, or a blender, and then it arrives at your door, you get a little thrill. Imagine how much more thrilling it is when you order a new car. With Nissan at Home, you can shop for the perfect ride and order it without ever having to go anywhere. Sure beats a golf club or a blender. Buy a new car entirely online with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway. Thrill starts here. Services may vary at participating dealers, subject to applicable law. See dealer for details.
Real estate agents can get full visibility into their clients' loan status and help them get to closing faster with Rocket Pro Insight. Sign up today at rocketpro.com/realestate.
Offer cost information conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. MLSConsumerAccess.org number 33.
Peacock is streaming your favorite shows, movies, live sports, breaking news, exclusive originals, and every live WWE pay-per-view. It's The Office, Chris Lee Knows Best, and Peacock original shows like Punky Brewster. Peacock, watch for free, upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com.
KNX News is now on 97.1 FM.
Make it your #1 preset.
The news has never been clearer.
Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station.
KNX News, 97.1 FM. Depend on us.
I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Coming up on KNX News 97.1 FM.
Steph Curry makes history at Madison Square Garden.
And the weather is moving out of our area, but it's left some problems behind.
These stories next 15 minutes, right now, 5:45. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Brought to you by Exergen. Here's Brian Douglas.
We had what looks like a stall 5 north at Stadium Way. That was just clear. That's why you're a little slow now coming away from the 10 freeway. Hearing reports of a crash on the 10 eastbound right about Soto. They're also saying near State. They're also saying near the East LA interchange. I don't see too much slowing as a result of this. Crash is supposed to be over to your right. Where I do see some slowing, I'm going to go up here to the 118. If you're heading into Simi Valley, West 118 right before Cooner, everything just moved to the right. We had a crash here, some debris in lanes, and that's got you slow from the top of the pass. So right at Rocky Peak, things going to be tough for you. Speaking of tough, that 91, still have issues in Buena Park. Scott's got Southern California Toyota dealers, 91 Jam Chem.
We have problems on both sides of the freeway. Sigler 91 westbound, right at Knott. That's where the 2 left lanes are open. All the lanes on the right are blocked. A couple of big rigs got together in a crash. You got a backup starting about Harbor Boulevard. So Orangethorpe, La Palma will help you out. Just try to get on anywhere west of Knott. And 91 eastbound at Beach. Looks like they're still working a wreck there. Was in the carpool lane. Expected backup starting about Artesia Boulevard.
Still working a crash North 5 right before you get to the crush. So that North 5 away from the 55 is going to be a little tough. Here in the Lake Forest area, this is going to be the 5 north at El Toro. We've got a crash with the right lane blocked, and that's got you slow back to Alicia Parkway. Hey, fever's a leading sign of COVID, so make sure you have an accurate thermometer. The Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer, backed by science. It's the accurate thermometer you need and trust. Be vigilant. Learn more at Exergen.com. Next report, 5:55 from the Toyota of Glendora.com Traffic Center, KNX News 97.1 FM.
A storm system is moving through Southern California today, and a flash flood watch remains in effect for areas near recent burn scars until 6 o'clock tonight. Heavy rainfall can trigger mud and debris flows. A winter storm warning is in effect across the mountains as snow levels are dropping to around 2,500 feet. Look for a few lingering showers heading into this evening, but most of the rain will taper out by tonight. Look for more sunshine on Wednesday, but temperatures will still be on the cool side in the 50s. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecasts, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Alex Biston for KNX News 97.1 FM.
49 in Burbank, 50 downtown LA, and 52 degrees Santa Ana.
It's 5:47. A huge record falls in the NBA.
Here's Curry for the record. It's good! There it is! Stephen Curry! The all-time three-point king in the NBA!
Steph Curry, now the NBA's all-time three-point shot leader, as you just heard there. That was a call on TNT. Curry hits his 2,974th career three-pointer in the first quarter of tonight's game against the Knicks. Curry broke Ray Allen's record, and Allen was at the game to congratulate the Golden State Warriors guard.
New superintendent of LA Unified, promising to deal with issues ranging from the pandemic and vaccines to pressing forward with an agenda that's going to meet the needs of the students.
Alberto Carvalho says that the challenges that face him as superintendent run the gamut, starting with continuing to get kids and teachers back into classrooms and not backing down on efforts by the board to do so safely as the pandemic continues.
And we will continue to emphasize the imperative of vaccinating all for the protection of our schools, the viability of our schools, and the viability of our community. We will not be deterred by personal pressures or political ambitions that would dethrone that.
Carvalho said while he was appointed unanimously by the board to this post, he will make it a point to continue outreach to communities throughout LA and
It's Jane, and the holidays are all about coming together and creating the magic of the season. How about making the holidays a little more hands-on and making handmade ornaments, all while learning a thing or two along the way? Create new memories and build new traditions with a KiwiCo project. From discovering the science of magic to engineering a domino machine and more. This holiday season, give the gift of a fun, hands-on holiday experience with KiwiCo. Get to kiwico.com/radio to save 50% on your first month. That's KIWICO.com/radio.
Violence. A senior White House official says Mr. Biden shares frustrations expressed by many Americans that Congress is acting too slowly to implement new gun legislation.
5:50, your money. Here's Andrew O'Day.
The word Uber is German for over, but it's commonly used in English to refer to something outstanding or extreme. Today, it can be applied to expectations for the ride-hailing business. The CEO of Uber tells Bloomberg that following last week, which was the company's strongest since the pandemic began, he's confident that his company and the industry will hit all-time highs next year. The boss of Ford Motor Company is also talking kind of Uber today. Jim Farley tells Bloomberg TV that he's looking at Ford overtaking General Motors in electric vehicle sales with the plan to build 600,000 EVs in 2 years. And his sights are set on overtaking Tesla longer term, saying that second place is the first loser. A new report showing the biggest jump in wholesale inflation on record, just as the Fed Reserve meets to consider how to combat inflation, helped make Wall Street traders nervous today. Dow fell 107, NASDAQ down 176, S&P 500 surrendered 35. We check your money at 20 and 50 after every hour. I'm Bloomberg's Andrew O'Day, KNX News 97.1 FM.
California's falling short of its goal to cut greenhouse gases. Details 2 minutes away. It's 5:51.
It's Jane, and the holidays are all about creating the magic of the season. And the best way is with seriously fun, hands-on projects. Your kids won't believe what they can build and accomplish with KiwiCo. Discovering the mechanics behind everyday objects, learning the science of cooking, exploring new cultures, art, and design techniques. This holiday season, give the gift of a fun, hands-on holiday experience with KiwiCo. Get to kiwico.com/radio to save 50% on your first month. That's KIWICO.com/radio.
The most listened to news station in Southern California is now the newest station on FM.
All the breaking news.
A suspect dead, another wounded in a shooting that involved a sheriff's deputy.
All the traffic updates.
How the wreck on the 10 westbound.
All the information you need.
KNX News 97.1 FM. Depend on us.
So we get busy, we end up putting things off. Sometimes it's a week or two, a day or two, sometimes it's a month or two, a year or two. If it's going to the dentist that you've put off, we have to get you over there because eventually it's going to turn into a major problem, and that's going to just kind of domino, right? Health problems because of dental problems, or if you've avoided the dentist because it stresses you out and you just really don't want to go, and that's why you don't go in. Well, same story for you, right? It's going to get bad if it hasn't already. So I want to get you to Cunning Dental because they can put you at ease. They specialize in you. Person who hasn't been there for a while because they've forgotten. Person who doesn't want to go because it's stressful. Bad experiences in the past. They do the work while you sleep. So gentle, twilight sleep, full anesthesia. Either way, and they get everything done in 1 or 2 appointments. You wake up to the new smile. You wake up to better health. Implants, crowns, root canals, smile makeovers, the new permanent teeth in just 1 day. And don't let all those things scare you when I say root canal or implants or smile makeover or crown. Because, again, you're snoozing. You wake up, it's done, go out, smile, be happy again. They've done this for 53 years. They're a veteran-owned business. Get $1,000 off all the major treatments, another $500 off on the sleep treatment, and no money down payment plans. Restrictions apply. Use the insurance by the end of the year, too, because that's use it or lose it. It's 855-2-CUNNING, 855-2-CUNNING. Cunning Dental, making smiles great since 1968.
It's Jane, and the holidays are all about creating the magic of the season. And the best way is with seriously fun, hands-on projects. Your kids won't believe what they can build and accomplish with KiwiCo. Discovering the mechanics behind everyday objects, learning the science of cooking, exploring new cultures, art, and design techniques. This holiday season, give the gift of a fun, hands-on holiday experience with KiwiCo. Get to kiwico.com/radio to save 50% on your first month. That's KIWICO.com/radio.
We've been waiting all year for this holiday season, so let's make it more memorable with more cheer, more helping.
Thanks for your donation.
And more joy on your road trips. We've all been waiting to come together and make this December one to remember. Have a happy and safe holiday season from Lexus. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Updating a crash in the 5 in Lake Forest when we check the rough drives again in about a minute. It's 5:54.
Just released report says despite the state's best efforts, California fallen way short of its goal to cut greenhouse gases.
There's been some progress, but not nearly enough to be on track to meet the state's ambitious greenhouse gas reduction goals by the end of this decade. That's according to a new report released by the nonprofit group Next 10 and lead author Patrick Adler.
We are not doing enough. So we actually decreased climate emissions by 1.6% in the last year of the study, but we're going to need to get annual emissions of 4.3% a year over the next 10 years in order to hit our 2030 climate target.
Adler says we need to take the next step, such as electrifying building infrastructure and ramping up the percentage of renewable energy and zero-emission vehicles. He says at our current pace, California won't reach its 2030 reduction goal until 2063. Brian Ping, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Rapper Tory Lanez will have to stand trial. He's accused of firing shots that wounded fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion in the Hollywood Hills last year. An L.A. judge made the decision after rejecting a bid to dismiss the case for insufficient evidence. The Canadian rapper, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, is facing felony assault and gun charges for allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion's feet as she exited an SUV following an argument. He's due back in court next month. And the rainstorm left some problems behind, but also millions of gallons of water that was captured. We'll have the details coming up. It's 6:03 after CBS News. It's 5:55.
Traffic every 10 minutes on the 5s, brought to you by Caliber Garage Doors. Brian Douglas.
In Lake Forest, 5 north at El Toro, right lane occupied with the crash, and you're backed up from La Paz. So slowing northbound, southbound slowing starts at Lake Forest Drive. Of course, that's your typical slowing as you make your way through the area there. This crash on the 5 north, this is still working. Northbound before Main Street, we still have, it looks like the right lane affected by this, and that's got you extra heavy from the 55. Of course, you've got some slowing even before you get to the 55 on that North 5. Let's get an update on the SIG alert in Buena Park. Scott's got Southern California Toyota dealers, 91 Jam Cam.
They've actually extended it another half hour here, 91 westbound at Knott. A couple big rigs got together in a crash, and all the right lanes are blocked, so try to keep it over toward the left. Back up through Harbor Boulevard, Orangethorpe, La Palma, still looking better than the freeway. 91 eastbound at Beach, it looks like the carpool lane may still be blocked around this injury crash, and that's definitely tough there back through Artesia Boulevard.
Our Ventura Freeway, really the toughest part is eastbound off the 405. Reduced speeds all the way to the 134. Grapevine is open but slow from 138 as you make your way down to the big valley there. Make Caliber Garage Doors your number one choice for new garage doors right now. $200 off, as low as $699 installed, including free bottom seals and haul-away. Caliber Garage Doors will be at any advertised price. Got hundreds to choose from at CaliberGarageDoors.com. That's CaliberGarageDoors.com. Next report, 6:05 from the Toyota of Glendora.com Traffic Center. KNX News 97.1 FM.
So rain tapering off, still some showers out there depending on where you are. Tomorrow, we dry out, but staying like this, lots of 50s for our highs.
The Rams are down 13 players, and they won't be there for this weekend's game against the Seahawks. The details coming up at the top of the hour after CBS News. It's 5:57.
Talking about all the rain that fell, the rain that we captured, the water that's out there on the roads. What about the water in your house? Life Source water. This is the kind of water you need because it's filtered water all the time. Every faucet, even every shower in your home, because Life Source goes direct to the plumbing. So you skip the cost and the hassle of having to go out and buy bottled water. It's a waste of plastic and money. Just get it from the sink because you need water and it's right there. Let's just make sure that it's filtered. Hard water is a nuisance, so reduce those problems, reduce the scale buildup with America's most recommended water system, and yes, that's Life Source. It goes in, they install it, filters out the chlorine, the added chemicals, so you drink, you cook, you bathe, worry-free. Again, it's for all your water use, and there's nothing for you to do. They make this as easy as possible. No filters to change, no salts to add. You install it, you enjoy it. You go right to the factory for this. No middlemen, no hoops to jump through. Again, this is all about making things easy. 888-846-1945. 888-846-1945. LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water. Taste and feel the difference.
This is what we've all been waiting for. To gather together. To open something wrapped with care. To make someone smile. And jingle all the way home. We've been waiting all year to come together and make this December one to remember. Have a happy and safe holiday season from Lexus. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
It's Jane, and the holidays are all about coming together and creating the magic of the season. How about making the holidays a little more hands-on and making handmade ornaments, all while learning a thing or two along the way? Create new memories and build new traditions with a KiwiCo project. From discovering the science of magic to engineering a domino machine and more. This holiday season, give the gift of a fun, hands-on holiday experience with KiwiCo. Get to kiwico.com/radio to save 50% on your first month. That's KIWICO.com/radio.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation. So it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, now on 97.1 FM. KNX, KNOU FM and HD, KRTH HD2 Los Angeles.
KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Depend on us.
Coming up, today's big winter storm leaving behind a cleanup and some evacuations.
And today's rain did help with our drought problems, but how much?
Rams dealing with a coronavirus outbreak. Critical points for the season. Traffic every 10 minutes on the 5s. This is KNX News 97.1 FM. It's 6 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper in Chicago. 88 people have died across several states in the tornadoes that whipped through on Friday. In hard-hit Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear says
utility companies continuing to restore power and repair water outages. A boil water advisory remains in effect for several area counties.
I'm Jim Crisel in Princeton, Kentucky. It's neighbor helping neighbor, stranger helping stranger, as tornado victims, including Danny Patton, pick up the shattered pieces of their lives.
It's amazing how this community has come together. People you didn't even know come to your house like, how can we help? It's just been amazing, the outpour of love and support in this community, and I can't say enough about that.
Patton and his wife have lost everything, but he told me they're still alive and still have each other.
The U.S. has surpassed 800,000 COVID-19 deaths. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky.
We have 1,100 deaths every day still. And we can't be cavalier about the fact that we're losing so many lives from this right now.
New CDC data shows the Omicron variant increasing in the U.S., making up nearly 3% of all new infections. A study out of South Africa today shows the variant appears to be more resistant to 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine, knocking down efficacy against hospitalization to 70% and against infection to 33%. But if authorized by the FDA, a new treatment pill could be available this month.
That's CBS's Elise Preston reporting. The pill is from Pfizer. The House debated earlier today and is expected to vote tonight on whether to recommend contempt of Congress charges against former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. GOP Congresswoman Liz Cheney of Wyoming.
We will question Mr. Meadows about emails and texts he gave us without any privilege claim. This committee must get to the objective truth and ensure that January 6th never happens again.
The House most recently has been discussing the combating of Islamophobia and forced labor in China. Heavy rain is hitting Southern California, and there is concern about possible mudslides. Concrete barriers are now in place to protect the foothill community of Monrovia. Some residents have been advised to evacuate. Raquel Zick is with the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office.
We are cautious in that regard. We've been through the fire and then the rainfall and floods that come afterward.
The Golden Warrior Steph Curry sinks another bucket from outside the paint to establish himself as the league's all-time three-point champ. Brian Anderson with a call on TNT.
Here's Curry for the record. It's good. There it is.
Curry beats Boston Celtics Hall of Famer Ray Allen's three-pointer record. This is CBS News.
Dell Technologies end-of-year sale helps you save up to 45% on the latest computers featuring Windows 11 Pro that easily automate workflows. Call 877-ASK-DELL.
This is KNX News 97.1 FM, Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station. I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Our top local story at 6:03. The worst of the rain is done, but some areas near burn zones in Orange County are still under evacuation, and a lot of people have some crunched up body work to deal with tomorrow. Meteorologist Mark Thibodeau from the Weather Channel has an update.
Still looking at some pockets of light rain across the area as we go through the evening hours, but generally the rain is on a downward intensity swing, which is great news. The echoes weakening on radar. Still looking at some breezy winds through the late night hours. Could have a few gusts up over 30 miles an hour, especially inland down into Orange County and points further east as well. We are looking at a much better day Wednesday, but tonight the main concern is going to be residual water on the roadways. Watch for hydroplane potential if you have to travel.
So today was the first real big rainstorm of the winter, and the concern was it was doing a lot of damage to roads or homes. So what it did do was actually supply a lot of badly needed water to the aquifers.
No major rock slides, damage to roadways or bridges, or homes knocked off their foundations. But what the storm did leave behind, according to County Department of Public Works spokesperson Kerjan Lee, was a lot of rainwater that, courtesy of the water capture system, is now spreading out to underground water basins. Today's water capture, 250 million gallons in just 10 hours, was enough to meet the needs of 6,000 families for a year, and that water at different aquifers will meet different cities' needs.
The San Gabriel River is a giant natural aquifer. It's open channel and open bottoms, so that water absorbs right down into the groundwater system. And in the east San Fernando Valley, there are a number of spreading out facilities as well. And the provider that gets the benefit of that is the Department of Water and Power of City of Los Angeles.
So in some respects, you could call today's rain a perfect storm. In the Santa Monica Mountains, Pete Demetrio, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
The Rams have another big game this weekend, but they're now down 13 players to COVID. Details after traffic at 6:05.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Brian Douglas.
Well, still dealing with two issues for the 5 here in OC. Northbound side of Del Toro Road. This crash should be clearing out of your right lane. That's why you're slow from La Paz. Up ahead, still working this crash before Main Street. Again, northbound side of the 5. And everything's over to the right. We've got injuries with this, so the fire department's taken up at least that right lane. And that's got you heavy almost back to the 55. A little further north in here, working another signaler. This one on the 91. Scott's got the update. The Southern California Toyota Dealers 91 Jam Cam.
Well, they actually extended the signaler here, 91 westbound at Knott. So we had a couple big rigs crash, and they're having a real hard time getting these things separated. So all the lanes on the right are blocked. Only a couple left lanes are open. So you got a big backup through Harbor Boulevard. I would continue to avoid it. Maybe use Orange Thorpe La Palma. They're still looking better than the freeway. On the flip side, 91 eastbound at Beach looks like they're wrapping up that crash there. So things are starting to get a little bit better, but you do have a slowdown from Artesia Boulevard.
Well, speaking of a slowdown, 605 south as you come up to the 5. Looks like we have something working here because you've got some slowing back to Whittier Boulevard, a little slower than you normally would. I'll keep an eye on that for you. We had dogs running in lanes at Ramona on the southbound side of 605. That's still affecting. Those dogs might still be there, still affecting the drive from before Lower Azusa. Another tough drive, 710 off the 5 to Florence, and that 5, that's going to be slow between the 710 and Lakewood Rosemary. Next report, 6:15 from the Toyota of Glendora.com Traffic Center. KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Just some lingering showers. We're drying out as we go into tomorrow. Temps going to be on the cool side, though. Lots of 50s for highs. Might see some showers for Thursday, but nothing like what we had today. 44 in Santa Clarita, Hollywood, 49 degrees. Anaheim, it's 50.
It's 6:07. 13 members of the LA Rams are now on the team's reserve COVID list, including Odell Beckham Jr. and Jordan Fuller. What does that mean for this weekend's game against the Seahawks? We asked Fox Sports announcer Chris Myers.
They closed their facility. They're working remotely. Players, coaches, not only today, the plan may be for Wednesday. So that affects your on-field practice and communication. It's very challenging, and they're not the only one. I mean, I think they're now the 7th team to go into what the NFL calls the intensive protocol.
The Rams are still in the hunt for the top spot in the NFC and a first-week bye in the playoffs.
Judges refused to halt the LA Unified School District's COVID vaccine mandates for the students 12 and up. Two parents groups had requested a preliminary injunction, said remote learning had a negative impact on their kids. Judge ruled the balance of harms weighs in the favor of health and safety.
It's been 1 year since California began vaccinating residents against COVID, and to mark the anniversary, the state's Health and Human Services Secretary visited a vaccine clinic in L.A.
Seeing children ages 5 to 11 rolling up their sleeves, Dr. Mark Galley said,
some of them for the first time, other kids getting their second one. This is exactly what we want to see.
To date, 61 million doses have been administered statewide. For those who have yet to get their shots, Galley offered this.
People who are unvaccinated versus those who are vaccinated are 12 times more likely, if they get infected with COVID, to be hospitalized. 13 times more likely to lose their life.
He emphasized that the blanket of protection from getting vaccinated is strong no matter what COVID throws our way. So whether it's Omicron or Delta or a variant we've yet to contend with, Galley said getting vaccinated and keeping our immunity strong is going to help. Margaret Carrero, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Medical experts confident that the Omicron-fueled winter surge won't put us back to square one when it comes to COVID.
Though our vaccines aren't specific
specifically tailored to the Omicron variant. Dr. Kimberly Schreiner, Medical Director of Infection Prevention and Control at Huntington Hospital in Pasadena, tells KNX they still go a long way toward preventing serious illness.
Is there a problem now with the emergence of a variant that is perhaps not as susceptible to our vaccines? Yes, but it's still holding that vaccinated and especially boosted individuals are much, much better protected against COVID than individuals who are unvaccinated.
Dr. Schreiner says she's not surprised that Omicron is causing breakthrough cases, but says the vaccine is aimed primarily at keeping people out of the hospital and keeping COVID surges manageable. Brian Payne, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Today here in L.A., the state's top prosecutor found himself on the defensive on fighting crime, specifically easing cash bail and letting many crime suspects go free after being arrested.
We're here not to sling political arrows. We're here to solve problems.
California's Attorney General Rob Bonta came to Los Angeles, held a roundtable meeting with several large retailers, all of them concerned about one problem.
We're on this issue.
Violent smash and grab robberies.
We're focused on this issue. We share the concern. We know it's a problem, and we're working to solve it. These are not necessarily new organized criminal groups that are popping up and committing organized retail theft for the first time. It's a pre-existing organization in a lot of cases.
And Bonta quick to push back on claims from many in law enforcement that no cash bail has motivated criminals.
It doesn't apply at all to these instances. No, it doesn't.
The key to solving the crimes, Bonta says, is to go after the online retailers where the merchandise from the smash and grabs is being sold. Craig Figner, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Checking those roads again at 6:15, including an update on a crash on the 5 in Santa Ana. It's 6:11.
Hey there, it's Brian Douglas. So, are you suffering from back pain? You know, this weather sometimes really aggravates people's back. It hurts. There's nothing worse than back pain. I've sprained my back, and at lack of sounding, at the risk of sounding like a baby, it hurts. It's annoying. It doesn't go away. Well, eventually it does, but you don't think so. But listen, if you experience numbness, tingling in your legs, we're talking serious back pain here. Have you ever been told you've got a bulging or herniated disc? Well, the Spine and Disc Center for over 25 years has helped people like you and me live a pain-free life. They've got cutting-edge, non-invasive technology. Non-invasive there. It's called non-surgical spinal decompression. And non-surgical spinal decompression involves gently stretching the spine so you kind of take the pressure off the affected discs and the nerves in the area. Treatment's so gentle. When I was talking to the doctor, she says that a lot of the patients actually fall asleep. You're not in pain. You're getting rid of your pain. Listen, if you have an MRI or you don't want to have the extensive back surgery with that long recovery time, that's understandable. Spinal decompression is a great alternative option. Best part is, again, no surgery, no injections, no drugs. The Spine and Disc Center with locations in Culver City and Van Nuys can help you. Call now for your free, no-obligation consultation. Make that a gift to yourself. 855-785-1222. That's 855-785-1222. Again, 855-785-1222. Or you can log on, check them out online. It's thespineanddisccenter.com.
When you venture out this holiday season, you might hear a lot of this. And that's when you really want to hear this. Because with Kia's inspiring lineup of winter-ready vehicles, winter will have a lot less to say. Visit Kia's Command the Season event and conquer the cold in one of our undeniably capable SUVs or sporty all-wheel drive sedans. 'Tis the season to drive away in our all-wheel drive winter-ready lineup. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. All-wheel drive is optional. Must take delivery by 1/3/22.
It's Jane, and the holidays are all about coming together and creating the magic of the season. How about making the holidays a little more hands-on and making handmade ornaments, all while learning a thing or two along the way? Create new memories and build new traditions with a KiwiCo project. From discovering the science of magic to engineering a domino machine and more. This holiday season, give the gift of a fun, hands-on holiday experience with KiwiCo. Get to kiwico.com/radio to save 50% on your first month. That's KIWICO.com/radio.
Frontier presents a guide to holiday gift giving. You've made your list.
A gaming system for Junior, a smart speaker for the missus, a tablet for Grandma.
But there's one thing it's missing.
A new 4K TV for me?
Actually, the speed and reliability of Frontier's 100% fiber optic network that can turn a good gift into a great one with 25 times faster upload speeds than cable. Get our fiber gig service for $74.99 per month with autopay, plus a $200 Visa reward card on us. Exclusive offer for qualified households only. Go to frontier.com/getfiber for complete offer details. Service is subject to availability and all applicable terms and conditions.
We've been waiting all year for this holiday season, so let's make it more memorable. With more cheer, more helping.
Thanks for your donation.
And more joy.
La, 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 la.
on your road trips. We've all been waiting to come together and make this December one to remember. Have a happy and safe holiday season from Lexus. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
Are you still driving around with that check engine light on? AMCO will read and report the trouble codes on your vehicle for free. Call them today.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
When it comes to COVID vaccines, you have the power and the responsibility to spread accurate information. It doesn't matter the number of followers you have or the number of likes you get on your social media channels. You can be a huge influencer for all the people that trust and love you. That's why before liking or sharing something, double check to ensure the information is not false. This message is brought to you by Unidos US. Visit unidosus.org/trustedinfo. Possible with funding from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
KNX News is now on 97.1 FM.
KNX Traffic is on 97.1 FM.
Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station is
KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Depend on us.
I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Coming up on KNX News, 97.1 FM.
LA Unified's new superintendent says he's ready to hit the ground running.
And there's plenty of work to be done now that the rain is heading out of the area.
These stories next 15 minutes. Right now, 6:15. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Brought to you by iAccident Lawyers. And here's Brian Douglas.
We still have big delays through Upland, Ontario for the 10 westbound, where you've got emergency road work and some flooding earlier on the 10 west just past Euclid. And you're backed up to Archibald. So really from the airport on over, it is going to be tough. That's your westbound side affected. Eastbound, you're looking great. East and West 60, you may want to opt for that. They're looking fantastic. This crash should be clearing now. 5 north as you come up to Main Street. We're in Santa Ana, and that affected your drive back to the 55. Now it looks like we may have something working on the 5 north just past Red Hill, because you've got a big chunk of slowing there that starts at Tustin Ranch. Speaking of slowing, let's go back, get an update on this SIG alert affecting your drive through Buena Park. Scott's got the Southern California Toyota Dealers 91 Jam Cam.
Yeah, it's still here. 91 westbound at Knott. So we had a couple big rigs crash together, and they're having a hard time separating them. So that's the deal. Backup starting right around Euclid. Oh, by the way, it's all the right lanes that are affected, so try to keep it over toward the left. Again, back up to Euclid. Orangethorpe, La Palma will help you out. If you can get on from Knott or any point to the west of that, you'll be in much better shape.
Got a crash here. This is going to be the 5 north at the 118. It's the 5 north 118 west transition road. Looks like it's shut down. You're being diverted off onto the east 118 crash, and that's affecting the main line of the 5 from Osborne Street. So expect delays on that north 5. iAccidentLawyer.com with over 150 million connected or collected and 25 plus years experience. iAccident Lawyer knows how to get you paid. 800-920-0810. Next report, 625 from the ToyotaGlendora.com Traffic Center. KNX News, 97.1 FM.
A storm system is moving through Southern California today, and a flash flood watch remains in effect for areas near recent burn scars until 6 o'clock tonight. Heavy rainfall can trigger mud and debris flows. A winter storm warning is in effect across the mountains as snow levels are dropping to around 2,500 feet. Look for a few lingering showers heading into this evening, but most of the rain will taper out by tonight. Look for more sunshine on Wednesday, but temperatures will still be on the cool side in the 50s. With Southern California's most accurate and dependable forecasts, I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Alex Biston for KNX News 97.1 FM.
48 in downtown LA, 53 in Santa Ana. In Ontario, 46 degrees.
It's 6:18. Amazon has opened